Hello there and good morning to you all. This is me, Sari here speaking again, and today I'm going to show you some of the new punches that I actually got home. I've got some new lovely ones from EK Success as well as from Martha Stewart, and I thought I'd just walk you or talk you through these. I need a piece of paper. This is a big punch in comparison to this one, so let's start with the big one. This one's called Le Circles, and the good thing about these punches actually is that you can fold them like this, and you can store them in your shelf or drawer like this, and then you also have the mark for what kind of a punch it is, and then you just open it up like so. And I'm going to line it up. Just going to show you. There is a sort of a wall there or something, so you can actually line the paper up there. And the first time you could just put it anywhere really, but I like to start at the end if I can. And as you can see, it punches out really nicely. And a good thing to think about, of course, is that the bigger the motifs or simpler, the easier it is to punch. And then you're just going to line it up accordingly to where the pattern is. As you can see, had I had it here, you would have seen that it wouldn't fit, but I'm actually going to put it just like so, so I can get those nice silver circles showing, and then it's all about continuing punching like that. So let's move on to the Le Robots. Love this punch. Just going to show you what it looks like. And when it comes to these robot punches, you can see I need to put it on the table actually, just to give me some extra effort or power. So there it is. If I turn it like that, you can see what it looks like. Really nice with a robot and some gadget gears there. And then it's all about lining it up. Yep, once more, you can see that there's a pattern here, and it's up to me to just put it where it belongs in order to make a perfect border the second time. But I'm actually going to work on the table at once because I need to put it there anyway later. So just give it a push. It isn't that hard, even though it's a bigger punch and it's got more detail to it. So there you have it. And I've got one final big punch to show you, and this one's called Symphony. And I'm just going to start, and this is pretty thick paper actually, I must tell you, so you needn't worry. You shouldn't of course use too thick papers because then the punches will break. And there you have a lovely piece of notes and everything. And this is a bit tricky to line up, but if you just put it on top here or see where you can put it, then you get a sort of an idea of where to put it down here. So the trick is actually to see that the two note thingies there should go in over that one. So that's the trick. Could be a bit tricky to see actually. So I'm just going to put it on the table here and try to find the spot, and then I'm going to punch out. And I'm always making sure that the paper is alongside that one, and then I'm going to give it a push, and there you have it. Sorry I don't have the proper papers. Well, so it is anyway. So let's move on to the smaller EK Success punch. This one's called Bumpy Road, and so much easier to work with these simple and easy peasy patterns. So there you have it. That was what it looks like. And this one's easier to align. Just look for the pattern and then just put it there. And I actually like this pattern. It's sort of a nice harmonious pattern. So let's move on to those Martha Stewart punches, and I actually got two sets of punch around the page. Actually, hold it, stop, break for a minute. If you remember me using this one, the Le circles, not only will you get the border with the circles in them, you also get the circles. And these are just perfect if you want to do some stamping with some alphabet letters. Let's see if I can find something. I haven't really planned this tutorial, I must say, or this guide. But I like to work with these stamps like this. And then I have my perfect circle around the letter there, and then I can ink the edges if I want to. Let's say I want to use this circle. Oh, sorry, it's being really down there. I think I'll just zoom in a little bit because I think that you might have problems seeing me otherwise. If I want to layer this one, I might want to try to punch out a circle that's a 5/8 of an inch, and then you get the nice strip to go around it. I'm not sure you can pick this up. Well, there it is anyway. And if you were to find a punch that's called a 1/2 inch circle, well, you could also use that one, I'm sure. But then of course you need to think about that one will actually have to go on top, so you would have to do your stamping on the green one instead. Sorry for being so out of frame here. So this is the one you're getting from the paper, and the 1/2 inch goes there and gives you a little bit of a matting going on there. And if you're using the 5/8 of an inch punch, you get this result. So that's it about those circles. And I was really thrilled to see that. So I actually have more possibilities with these, I must say. So let's move on to a stamp, or punch, I'm sorry, to a punch that's going to give us this result. And that one is called, and I saw 2 different names actually for that one. Somebody told me it was called, hang on, just have to find it in the shop. Somebody told me it was called Deco Flowers, but when I look at the box it says Vintage Floral. So I suppose you could look for either or. We have it in our store anyway. And the thing about working with punch around the page punches is that you need to follow certain directions or measurements. And in every set you get a guide like this, and it has the measurements both in inches and in centimeters. And just to make things simple, I'm going to work with the 5 inch times 5 inch piece of paper. And I'm actually going to start with the Vintage Floral punch, and you should always start in the corner. So just go ahead and punch the corners all around. That will give you the freedom later to put the border punch in the right place. Just put it there, and this one also has some marks where you should put your corners. Just put it there and align it to this side and push. And then it's the same thing on the other side. Just put the corner there and try to make sure that it actually fits with the border as well. Otherwise you'll have a piece of a string or something perhaps in the center. And as you can see, it gives you a nice border like this. And it goes around the page just by punching like so. Could be a bit tricky with these Martha Stewart punches when you're using a bit thicker paper, so beware. Do not stress the punch too much. But as you can see, it's a really nice result, I must tell you. So that's the Vintage Flower, and it's the around the page punch set. And then I've got another one which is called Optic Dot, and it looks something like this. And I have seen people use this one, and I'm really fascinated about what they can create with these. I'm thinking this paper could be a little bit too thick because it's giving me sort of a hard time getting stuck there. One good thing actually with these punch around the page punches actually is that you can fold these wings in, so it'll take a little bit smaller space. Do the same thing, align it with the corner marking there, and do the same thing on the other side, as well as making sure that this one and that one actually matches. So in that way you can actually get that result. And if you want to continue with the corner here, you can do that. And you see, it's giving me a sort of a hard time there. And I can also use this one. But in order to go further, well, now I actually do know that I have these matching up, but I would really like to start with the corners if I want to continue punching this one. So that was the thing about punches. I'm also going to show you Martha Stewart's utility bone folder. It's actually a bone folder with different kinds of oh my goodness, I'm looking for a word here. Well, you can use it in many different ways. You can actually use it as a bone folder, and this is the place, sorry for being out of frame like this, this is the place to put your paper. So you're actually going to score it with this one, and most probably in a scoreboard or something. And as you can see, well, it's got a middle part here, so if you just twist it and take it out, you'll get a piece of thing here which you can actually do some dry embossing with if you want to get a pattern or something. And you can just pull this one out, and then you have a piercer, a paper piercer, so you can just put that through a piece of paper and get a hold for something. So let's put that one back, and you just put it in like that, and you just twist it. And one good thing is, of course, that you actually have these small markings here to line up. I don't think it really matters in which way you do it, but that's the way to do it, I suppose. And down here you have a pair of tweezers. I'm not sure how good they are, but you have them there anyway. And then you've got a knife here. You can actually do some cutting with that knife. And this one comes with a set of 3 blades. So one is inside already, and then you get a set with 2 more. So that one actually makes it sort of a versatile utensil or tool. So I'm interested in starting to use that one. And finally I'm going to show you a set of clear stamps that I got. These are from Inkadinkado, and these are bottle cap stamps, and there's a saying about party, cheers, thanks, and a star, hello, and an angel, happy birthday, love, shine and glow, friends for you. And there's a paw there, an 8, joy, congrats, special fun, and I think it's an English flag actually. Hooray, hooray. And then there's a fleur-de-lis thingy going there, and then there's a lion and some sort of a swirly thing here. And then there's a big bottle cap there, and there's also an empty one. In that case you can actually use one of these 5 and put it in the center, or you can actually use those text pieces as well and put it in the center there. So that's nice, I think. So I'm going to leave you with this. Hope you have a nice day ahead. Myself and I am actually going to an 70s and 80s disco party today, so I'm really looking forward to that one. Hooray! Bye bye.